Well, hello, Amy. So I wanted to help you out by showing you a couple ways to use just an eyeshadow palette to just have a little bit more colors and do some of your makeup routine. So I'm hoping this will help you out. If it doesn't, then just disregard. So anyway, what you're going to need is brushes, makeup brushes. I use a shot glass full of water and just a normal paper towel, nothing fancy. So there's so many different ways you can use just a basic palette. So my basic palette is something that I got off of Amazon for like 15 bucks. It has two different eyeshadow palettes, and I use them not as often as I used to, just because I get a lot of stuff in the mail. But I used to use a lot of it. You'll see that a lot of the colors, like the white and like the blue and the pink, obviously the pink is gone because it's just the stuff that I shoot through, using it for a lot of things that just aren't eyeshadow. So one tip that I want to show you is that just about every eyeshadow that you use, you can make better by just getting it a little bit wet. And so you can do that. Just dip your brush in water, just wipe it, and then dip it in your shade, and then it will come out like this, versus like, let's try dry shadow. There. So if you see that, this is kind of faded and not very bright. This one will come out a lot bright. It will also last you a lot longer. So one of the main things that I use my black eyeshadow for is just to line my eyes. So I just take a really fine brush. Oh gosh, this camera's awful. I'm sorry. And I just line my eyes, and it's really easy. If you just have like a nail brush or a paintbrush or something really fine that you can use, it's really just easy to get everything done just really quick. You don't have to have a lot of skill. You can just practice and build your skill as you go. This works really well. It's comparable to what I would use, which is a liquid eyeliner, as opposed to like a pencil. I hate pencils. And then you can just get that done. Just start from the inside, and if you smudge it, just go a little over. You know, nobody really minds a fat wing. And then go from the outside of your wing to the inside. If you mess up, just use a wet Q-tip and clean it up. No one's perfect. That looks awful. So half of practicing is just cleaning up after yourself. Use water, liquid, Q-tip, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is just to get you some tips that you can use while you can practice. Okay. You'll get better at your wing as you practice, or any other makeup. So I also wanted to show you, you can use it for so many things. So in this palette, you'll see that there's so many like shimmery stuff at the top. You can use a lot of the shimmery stuff, especially skin toned or white for... You what?
When it fell off the window, I put it back up.
Okay, honey. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, thank you. So you can use these for highlights along your highlight zones. I'm all fancy here. And so you just use it. Don't get these ones wet. You just take your finger. You can just dab it. And because it has mica in it, which is just shiny and shimmery, you can put it on and then kind of smudge it. It'll get you just this nice little light that you'll get from like a highlighter. You don't need to spend a lot of money on stuff. You just need to know what to use. You can also use that right underneath your eyebrow to get you a highlight there. And just kind of rub it in. You can use a brush if you want, but if you use a brush, it's going to show up a little bit brighter. You use your finger and you just kind of tap it in. You're not going to necessarily get a lot of product, which if you're wanting to do something very light, you don't have to have it be very bright. Okay. Also see that there's a lot of pinks in here. If you want to mix it up with something else to get like something a little bit more subtle, if you want to use it like a brush as a blush or something, you could scrape a little product out, but you don't have to do that. You can mix that with like baby powder or something talky or powdery, but I mean, it's really up to you.
And that's Jordan washed off on.
That is so cool. Thank you so much. All right, so this pink, just use it lightly and see it kind of goes on bright. Just kind of blend, 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 blend. You can use a brush. That'll help it blend in. Or you can mix in like a tan.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. I mean, it's basically the same as you using your blush. Just you're going to use it very moderately and in the right spots. And blend it out. If you're wearing foundation, you can kind of mix it in with that, and just the heat from your hands will help it spread out a little bit. Yeah, hi, thank you. Yes. Okay, so eyeshadow. So if you want to get a bold eyeshadow, it's the same tips. It's just, you know, you can wet your brush, dip it in a color,
Which one do you want?
and then it'll come out really, really bright. And of course my still is not going to show very much here because I can't really see myself. It's very bright in the room when I'm trying to look in the mirror.
I will bump into things.
Yeah, you're going to bump into things. Yes, good job.
When
Bump
I
into
cover
things.
my eyes.
Thank
with
you.
my thing.
Yeah. And you can just get that on there. Blend it in. There you go, a big bold shadow. You can mix that in with other shadows too. Like, it's really fun. You can blend things. You can do contrasting colors. And this is a place where you can really use your palette to do something unique. You can use like a blue in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This is so cool, right?
Do you need the mirror to look in?
I do need the mirror to look in. Hey, honey, don't take my mirror, please.
That's Cleo's mirror.
Okay, and as you get this in, you can really just blend it. You know, create kind of an ombre color.
So, do you need Cleo's mirror to look in?
I do need Cleo's mirror to look at myself. Isn't that crazy? I need to look at myself sometimes. Okay, and you can see how that's kind of blending in and making a pretty little purple in the middle. That's a good way to get a color.
I want to try.
Right there. We'll try it in a little bit. I'm just showing something right now.
To Jimmy?
No, just someone named Amy. Then you can use, like, there's gold in the palette too. You can use that on the corner. Just give yourself a nice little light, you know, contrast to your color. You don't need to really blend this in, but don't get it wet just because you want it to be
Is this another brush?
kind of like a highlight in essence.
Is this another brush?
Yep, that's another brush.
Can I use it?
Sure. Anyway, then just use water to clean your brush. You have this paper towel sitting here. It's really going to help you out.
It's just a little soft.
Another way to do your... Oh shoot, I'm getting stuff everywhere. Another way to do your eyeshadow is just to get like a little bit of something on here. Coconut oil, Vaseline. Wet eyeshadow is like becoming a thing right now, and it's crazy to me because it seems like it would be obnoxious, but I mean, people are using like lip gloss and Vaseline and all this crazy stuff on their eye. But you just put a little bit of something wet. Coconut oil is what I'm using right now. Just tap it in there.
Oh, I got it.
Make sure you don't get too much on there, because if you do, you're gonna get it in your eye, and that's not gonna be comfortable. All right, so I'm gonna use this green shade that I have in my palette. All right then, can I use the mirror now?
Yes.
Thank you. And just tap it into that color, and it's gonna create a wet looking color. And don't use water when you do this. Just tap it in, and it shouldn't come off too much. If it does, just take like a blush brush and just sweep it off. If not, if it still has some kind of remaining powder, just use a little bit of concealer after you're done.
Yeah.
I'll show
You
it.
can also use
See how it has just a little bit of shine?
Little too.
Yeah, it just has a little
Even
bit of
some
shine that you wouldn't
purple
get
little,
so much from the water, which is a little bit more matte. But you don't have to buy anything special for this. It's just something using your eyeshadow palette.
I need to be.
Okay, another way you can use it. Oh my goodness.
It's a purple. Does it purple that good on me?
The purple looks amazing on you. Come here. Come here, honey.
There's two different towels.
And then here's another tip. If you use a really fine brush, you can get this really creative hooded effect on your eye. And then you just kind of put a nude color underneath that. And it looks so beautiful. It makes your eye look deep and lovely. There you go. Thank you for being my example child. All right. So I'm going to use some pinks and purples for this. So again, you just get it wet. You can do it kind of to line your lips a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm going to just dab a little bit.
I'm going to just do something subtle.
I ate a bitten apple and I didn't eat all
Again, this
of
is
it.
going to show up better in your lighting because I don't have a great camera. I'm using my phone. I don't like to go all the way to the edge with my liner because I think it just looks crazy. If I just go to where it shows in the end.
So there's a towel.
Alright, and if you want to put a little bit more
underneath below.
shine into this, just tap a little coconut oil. You could take a brush or your finger and just finish that up. Just tap it in.
And
then you got lipstick.
I'm going to a little bit of pink.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of the purple.
And then you can even use this to do like an ombre effect. So you could take a different color. You can do it to either the outside or the inside. You can just tap it or brush it.
I want to wash
Yep.
this off. And we would have to use our finger to dip.
And then just blend that in. And then instead of having like one different lipstick or two different lipsticks, you have like 50 different lipsticks, 50 different eyeliners, 50 different eyeshadows. You can have a highlight for every occasion. You can have a blush. I mean, ideally you want to use your other type of makeup, but no, this is so easy if you just want to practice. Just make sure to clean up your brush between every use and make sure to wash your face thoroughly because it can tend to break out. Other than that, I'm hoping this helped you out a little bit.